I'm meteorologist Chris Haddings here. Once again, we continue our countdown to the top weather events of 2015. We're up to number 5 now. And we're going to shift our focus from snow, which has been the first couple of them, over to severe weather, which actually occurred in June. And it's going to be about a thunderstorm outbreak. I want to point out this picture here. This actually wasn't taken the day of the event, but it was a really cool picture, so we decided to show it. This was taken in the Star Valley, had a rotating supercell, and this is actually a wall cloud not far from Afton. No tornado touchdown from this, but it was a very impressive storm. I was working this day, and really nice rotation down there. We don't usually see rotation like this, especially in the western part of our area. Actually occurred the next day on June 16th. Really strong thunderstorm, supercell thunderstorm, actually developed and went across a good portion of the area east of the divide. You can see a nice example of a shelf cloud here. This is taken by Katie Ann Sittner. This is when the storm was rolling through Casper, actually just south of Casper. Worst effects were south, luckily, away from the main populated areas. So everybody taking a look at the surface map on June 16th. One of the things you need for thunderstorms is maybe an area of convergence to help facilitate lift. You see a stalled frontal boundary very close to the area that help facilitate the lift. And also a little area of low pressure right there. Help get a little bit of circulation going. We'll talk about that in a minute. And take a look at the upper air sounding here. You can see, take a look at over here. These are the wind barbs over here. You can see the winds starting off at the south, down at the surface, and then becoming more westerly as we move up. This is what we call directional shear. Basically helps get the atmosphere spinning. And also we have speed shear going from about, say, 10 knots at the surface up to about 50 knots at about 500 millibars. This also helps enhance spin. And then you really need that spin to help tilt the thunderstorm, which helps make the thunderstorm last longer and also helps make it severe and produce the so-called supercell thunderstorm. Take a look at some radar imagery. This is when the storm developed. You can see the red box is actually a tornado warning. We saw some rotation on the radar and thought there may be a possible tornado with this. And the yellow is actually severe thunderstorms. The storm hit just south of Thermopolis going through the Wind River Canyon. And you see some of the hail that fell. Thank you for Cody Beers and Wydot for these pictures. Pretty good sized hail there. It's pretty close to the size of golf balls. And there were some reports it was even bigger, maybe up to the size of baseballs. And this was a picture of a vehicle. This was taken in Shoshone. Someone unfortunate enough to drive through Wind River Canyon when the storm was going on. I wouldn't want that to be my windshield. I don't know about you. It looks pretty messed up there, so some very substantial hail there. As we continue moving off to the east, that rotation we were talking about did help produce a funnel cloud. This isn't far from lie sight. Again, it never touched down, but again, enough rotation for that. The storm then weakened a little bit, but re-strengthened as it headed toward Natrona County. As you can see to the southwest of Casper, we had another tornado warning on this. Again, it didn't touch down any kind of a tornado, but it did help produce some very large hail. As you can see, these pictures from Stu Anderson. He actually drove down toward the Alcova area to watch the storm for us. And hail, ping pong ball size, I'd say about 1.5 inches, maybe a couple up to golf balls, so some very impressive hail there. And that was number 5 there. It's this thunderstorm. Stay tuned. We'll have number 4 tomorrow.